This is my second one. God damn it. It's bullshit.
We're gone for how long?
I'm just saying. Wait, I can't hear nothing.
We're gone for how long?
Yeah.
And you don't even miss a beat.
You know what? I'm just excited. I'm just excited. Let me just wear this hardware, put this on my shoulder. Let me just, for the folks at home that want to hear it,
Nobody.
championship hardware right here. Oh, by the way, these threads I have on, I love free shirts.
Wow.
Man,
He really does need to step up his shit talking game, doesn't he?
yeah, this guy wins.
It's all
fantasy football.
It's all noise, no substance.
One fantasy football.
One fantasy football. League.
The first ever champion called it. Babe Ruth it. I just looked up in the stars, told James Webb I'm coming, and I did.
If Babe Ruth walked around the stadium going, I'm about to eat this hot dog that's in my hand, and called literally everything, I'm about to walk down this hallway, I'm about to open that door.
Sounds like a little
Even a
championship
broke
envy.
clock's right 2 times a day.
Aw, yeah, that's right.
Championship envy. I understand. It's
I
difficult.
don't have championship envy.
How does this look? You want to touch it?
It looks like John's belt.
I mean,
Oh,
You know what?
Oh
Budget
my
cuts.
goodness!
Budget cuts.
How the mighty have fallen so quickly.
I want to get a custom one. They're just really expensive. I want to get I legitimately want to do like CCSP. Like I want to do
boy.
it, but like I don't think that I have. The
It
money
is
for
some
that right now.
sexual hardware, but seeing as how it's not yours, it doesn't hurt me too bad.
But go ahead, touch it anyways.
I have. I held it. It's freaking real.
You want to touch it
This
over there,
thing
big
is
guy?
as
Come
big
on.
as like the
Come on, give it a-
WCW championship belt.
Give it a
No, I
little.
don't wanna touch
Give it
it.
a little nipple rub. Come
I don't
on.
want to touch it because it's going to be with me after the end of the next
With
season.
who?
Ooh.
With me.
We,
at the end of
yeah,
the next
you
season.
know what? Been there, done that. Heard that, and
Oh, yeah,
then got
yeah.
spanked.
Yeah, this time
Gold
I won't pick
scoring.
a quarterback for my second
Scoring.
pick because, someone
Scoring.
didn't tell us the rules that there were no bonuses.
Scoring. I've
So
seen
I
some of
threw
your
that
other
away.
picks in other leagues, and they're questionable. Don't give me that.
Don't
All
give
right,
me
so
that.
Nello's going to not try to talk over every fucking person in existence his first time back. He's going to shut the fuck up for a second.
I know.
But
hyped.
yes, it is hype because we are getting back into the Cigar City Sports niche, baby. Teams are heading back to training camp. We're getting ready for some fantasy football. We're going to have real football pretty soon.
Can't wait.
We're going to have college football pretty soon.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff on college football that I
I
posted today.
don't know too much about that. I'm a Florida State fan.
That's right. You got not much going on.
I thought they were
Good
moving
thing
to the
my
Ivy League.
Saturdays are open.
Saturdays are opening up.
That's when I do yard work.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, they'll come back. They will. They're a Florida school.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time.
Right?
But the heyday does seem to be kind of behind them right now.
Yeah, so far away.
And everybody has been. So you guys are out there in audio land. You can't see that Nello is being oddly sexual with someone else's belt.
It's my belt.
It's really not.
But it is. Right now, in this moment, in this context, this belt is mine. Think of John as like Vince McMahon,
yeah,
okay? So he gave me the belt because I won it.
he did not give it to you.
Right? No, not give. He gave me the belt to have. Then when somebody else wins,
Here's how.
they're going to get the
Oh,
belt,
hold on.
just not this
Hold
one.
on. So can we
Let's
have
hear it.
like a money in the bank scenario going
Ooh.
on?
We can't
just
because
throw that out there
I
and
need to get the
take
belt
that
first.
from Nello,
Let's do
Take
that.
this from me.
Yeah.
You sign up for fantasy football, draft a quarterback second
I
again
do
like you did.
The money in the
It's
bank.
cool because now that I will be running the league and putting the bonuses
Oh, that's
on,
right. We are opening up the commissioner spot, and this is
So,
not something that
yeah.
Nello was against. He has not shied away from it, so it's not like he did not cheat. He won fair and square. He is
Fair
the
and
first
square.
ever inaugural Cigar City.
I asked
Sports.
everybody for the rules, the
100%.
points. I did it multiple times.
We did.
Yeah.
Nobody said nothing, and I'm like, okay, this is the way it's
Actually,
going.
I did, but I just got shunned.
You did.
It's a voting thing. You got to vote for the people who are in the league.
If I'm the only motherfucker voting, then my vote's what's
You were not the only one voting. I voted, and Brian Crowning-Shields voted too.
By the way, who did I beat in the final of last year again?
Was it me?
No.
Who was it?
The gentleman that you
Oh, it
had
was
mentioned?
Brian.
It was Brian, yes.
Brian Crownish.
And when we drafted at that illustrious wing house with those delicious
Illustrious.
wings, somebody decided that they were going to get Devontae, make some sneak moves, but it didn't matter. As I said, I
You're
was
not
going to
the only
win.
one who had that happen to them at that draft table. Somebody stole Tony Pollard and held him on their bench. Held him hostage on their bench all year
Can I
long.
tell you that? See, what's funny too is that if I would have known the rules, my second pick was going to be Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
But I was like, I took Mahomes, and I thought it was going to snake back down to me, and then
Right.
good old Jack
That's right.
beforehand. I was like, oh, can I steal Godwin and Cooper Kupp right now?
Right.
And it didn't work out for me that
No,
way.
Godwin got snatched up.
I took Godwin.
Wait, here's the thing. I got Cooper Kupp.
You took Cooper Kupp.
I got to tell you, I've got to have a buck on my team. Just like you got to have a cowboy,
What?
right?
I almost agreed with you for a second.
I tried to pull one on. You've always got an eagle on your team.
Absolutely, at least one. I'm gonna have a couple this year. That's
For
all I'm
sure.
gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's
One
all
of
I'm
them
gonna
won't
say.
be AJ Brown.
Yeah, what?
One of them won't be.
I don't
A.J.
want
Brown.
him.
What
One
a
of them's
liar.
name's Miles Sanders. Sleeper alert.
Wow.
You heard it here first.
He's like, I'm gonna
Miles Sanders.
I'm
It
gonna
is gonna be a
steal him.
sleeper
That's all I'm gonna
alert.
say.
I'm going to
That's
steal
gonna be-
Miles in the 5th round.
Sleeping his ass on
Nah,
the bench.
a little lower.
Sleeping on the bench.
It's
That's
okay.
what he's going to be
It's
doing.
all right. It's all right.
So wait, let's talk about this though. Let's get into a little bit of fantasy football. People, you're kind of just peeping earlier on before the draft happens. By the way, pretty soon we will do the post of our inaugural our sign up for this league. If you were not in there last year and you want your chance, this is your chance.
I'll even do multiple leagues. It doesn't have to be just one. I can do like 2 or 3 more if we have enough people. I'm down.
We'll see. I kind of like the smaller teams. You get better talent, better games. But I'm with you. I'm with
Yeah.
you.
No,
Get
but if we
enough
got like enough people to do an extra league, I'll play with them.
So you told us early and often that if you got first overall pick this year, you were going Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
First of all, that's not nice to be saying that outside. Yeah, I think that first
He said that,
overall, it depends. If I'm in the front of the
What does
draft,
it
that
depend
doesn't
on?
make sense.
Why?
Well, because if you're in the top 5, that's just a wasted pick. Let's just be honest.
Wow.
Let's be honest that Jalen Hurts.
But
isn't
if you're
going
in the
anywhere for about 9
bottom,
rounds,
If
maybe.
you're in the bottom of the first round in a snake draft, depending on how your team is built, it wouldn't be a bad pick. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wow.
the bottom of the first round, I mean, that's
If
when
I'm
you
last
make
and I
your
have a
team.
snake pick, that second first rounder or the first second rounder is going to be Jalen Hurts.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Your top 10, right? Your top 10 pick. In a lot of leagues, that's the whole first round. You get a top 10 pick. Is Cooper Kupp there available? You taking him after last year?
But he
after
wouldn't be
his-
available there
I'm just saying.
at last.
What's the earliest you're taking Cooper Kupp? And
Oh,
do you think he's
2,
going to 100% repeat what happened last year?
Yeah, I think they're going to be better offensively. I think they're going to be better. Yeah,
gonna-
I think Cam with a year with Cam after Cam Akers comes back from that injury.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cam Akers coming back. No OBJ to share the ball.
Allen
with.
Robinson, I
Oh,
don't
wow,
think.
Woods.
Now listen, maybe is this an unpopular opinion that Allen Robinson is an absolute upgrade
From
over
Robert Woods.
OBJ? Yeah.
Okay, so
Not.
like
I think
if
he
we're
is.
talking Allen Robinson when he wanted to play football, okay.
Yeah.
If you get last year's Allen Robinson where he cashed it in because he didn't want to be there, whether it was Chicago or coaching, 100% no.
I'm talking 2 years ago,
The only-
Allen Robinson, where he's catching
Yes,
everything.
100% worth it.
I think he's an upgrade. I think he's better than OBJ.
He's
Well,
not
you
better,
watch your
but
mouth.
OBJ is just injury prone right now, and it's just not worth
and this
investing
is
that
just
much money.
It's the injury prone. It's the flair that he puts out there on the field, the attention that he commands. Allen Robinson commands attention, not like OBJ does.
True.
So Allen Robinson can really quietly destroy you. And looking at the wide receiver core, I mean, it's hard not to say that they're the best in the league.
Where did Allen Robinson go to school?
I don't know. Where did he go to Penn State?
I think so.
Wow, you think so, but you got like this shit-eating grin like he did. He's a phenomenal player. Look at that, man. Like those Penn State receivers that we talking about, Godwin, they're all big-bodied,
Big body.
great catchers. I mean, damn, they got a formula down there at Penn State.
Everybody told me that Parsons wasn't going to go in the first rounds, and Parsons went in the first round.
Who told you that Micah Parsons
not
was
Parsons.
not going
No,
in
no.
the first round?
Dotson. I mean Dotson, the wide receiver. My apologies.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
That was me. I didn't
Just
think
said
you
the
would.
wrong name.
And there he was. I was like, Micah Parsons, that guy's going to have a monster year.
Everyone
this year.
laughed at me. Oh, he's so small. Jahan Dotson in the first round. I'm like, Jahan Dotson in the first round.
Look at you,
He
man.
can catch the ball. His fucking hands are phenomenal.
So What's your first book it of the year?
It's too early. Come on.
Season
That OBJ
two.
is
The
definitely
Eagles training camp hasn't even started.
You
yet.
looking at numbers?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Okay, I'll give you a book it.
I'm not talking last year either. I'm talking about
Well,
just
last year he was hurt, so OBJ only put up 537. He's only had 3 years out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, where he didn't boast over 1,000.
okay.
Allen Robinson only had 3,000 yard years.
How many years he been in the league?
9.
Oh wow.
Chicago.
Boy, you're also
Chicago.
forgetting. You're also
Jacksonville.
forgetting that OBJ was drafted with Eli Manning and drafted to a spot where he had a great offense to go into. Allen Robinson went to the Jaguars.
And then Chicago, where he
And
had
then
no. He's
Chicago.
never had a quarterback.
I
right?
still think
Are
with
we in
him,
agreement?
with him,
I'm still trying to figure out who was great on the New York Giants, other than
Oh, that
OBJ
team was
when he
good.
carried the fuck out of them.
That
It's
team
true.
was. You know what? I'm gonna pull that up while you.
Eli Manning
John.
was his quarterback for a couple of years.
Yeah, and let's all face it, he ain't the best Manning there is.
He's not the best Manning, but he's a damn good quarterback. Or he was. I mean, shoot. You can't sit there and say he's a slouch. He's had a Hall of Fame career. He's going to be in the Hall no matter what.
Thanks to 5 years from OBJ,
Yeah.
catching
So-
everything around him.
I mean, OBJ, I'm not denying his talent at all. OBJ, super good. I mean, he was kind of underwhelming at LSU, but when he was coming out of LSU and going to the pros, obviously, scouts got a hold of him. They were looking at the tape. He's an athletic, absolute freak. He likes to get pooed on. He has huge hands. I mean, all the things you want in a good wide receiver. And so, I mean, I don't think that he's necessarily going to be, like a 1-for-1 with Allen Robinson. I think Allen Robinson just has things going to his advantage.
Yeah. Oh, the size and Allen Robinson, he's got potential. I mean, I'm not picking him up ever again. Fuck me, like a few years picking me up in the fantasy football draft.
Yeah.
But that was because Nagy's just the worst coach that's ever. Coached.
He actually got hurt. It was a bad year.
Another
for me.
guy that we're talking about that's coming back from injury. Oh my God, you said that and I just lost it. Wide receiver coming back, DeAndre Hopkins. He's not injured, but he's coming back. He's suspended for 6
PEDs,
games.
PEDs.
Yeah, is he one that you're still going to target 3rd, 4th round,
He won't be there.
even though he's missing 6 games?
4th round?
It's
Maybe
yeah.
3rd round? Maybe.
I'm telling you, when there are other guys that are going to contribute right away, 6 games is a great cushion.
That's a lot.
It's a great cushion.
So so we want to how I think of it. Here it is. If I can pick up a BS receiver in the later rounds that'll just keep half of his production and then work the waiver wire after week 1,
get DeAndre Hopkins.
get DeAndre Hopkins in the 3rd round. Because after week 6, he's got Marquise Brown on the other side of him. He's got a solid number 2, and Kyler Murray needs to put up or shut up.
Yeah.
So that's a great stack.
Well,
That's a great
Kyler
pickup.
Murray
No
bought
way,
himself a little
4th
bit of
round.
leniency with the beginning of last year. I don't think I've said this about Kyler from day one. I don't think he's going to be an elite quarterback. I don't think he ever takes a championship. I don't think he ever goes to the Super Bowl. and
We'll have to
wins one.
see. I mean, this is one of his best chances. The Cardinals gave him what he wanted. He gave him weapons, gave him go play.
Oh, they got rid of Christian Kirk. They weren't willing to pay him the $84 million.
Hollywood Brown is going to stretch the field. Meanwhile, D-Hop gets
I know.
You know?
And Hollywood Brown is that trend that we've seen recently of getting these quarterbacks their college targets that they love. I mean, Devontae Adams being one of the major acquisitions. Does he keep up his production with David
yeah.
Carr?
Oh yeah.
Not David Carr. Is it David Carr?
Yeah, it's David
David
Carr.
Carr.
I'm thinking of his brother,
Derek?
Derek Carr. Derek Carr is the
Yeah,
one.
Derek
David
Carr
Carr's
is-
the
David Carr's
Texan.
It doesn't matter.
Derek
They're
Carr.
both
Thank you.
trash. Who cares?
Derek Carr is.
They
not
are
trash.
not trash.
Trash.
Derek Carr is absolutely.
Derek Carr is the
not
worst quarterback in the AFC West.
I'm going to put this in the AFC West.
In the AFC
In
West.
the AFC West,
Yes.
that has 3 elite quarterbacks.
And
in
he's the
Mahomes,
worst one.
who's a
Hey,
champion.
he's better than
Herbert, who's the
fucking
best
Jalen
quarterback
Hurts.
in that division.
Yes.
I've talked about this at the tail end of last year after this trade
That's why
happened.
I won the
I'm going to
Fantasy Football
take
League.
Derek Carr before I take Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
You know what? I could see that because of the Devontae thing. If you could handcuff him with Devontae, but let me tell you something. Let's see those Broncos
also got-
receivers with a real quarterback.
He's got Darren Waller. He's got Josh Jacobs. He's got Hunter Renfrow and Devontae Adams. And you mean to tell me that Derek Carr is going to be struggling to find targets?
Nah,
You're out of
man.
your mind, man.
He's about to go the fuck off.
He
Just
really
saying.
is.
So people are finally about to put respect on his name.
The Raiders are really going to start showing something this year. And their defense is not to be disrespected.
Nope.
That defense can play. They can keep them in games. They proved it last year.
Secondary will be an interesting thing. That D-line is for real.
Yeah.
The Max Crosby on the outside is great. He's a freaking monster. I give you that. The secondary, we'll have to see what's up.
The thing is, he's a people eater, right? Like, he's so active that you have to give him a tackle and maybe a guard. And then that frees up the rest of the line, too.
What do you think of McDaniels? At that point,
You mean Josh McDaniels?
yeah, that's the new coach. McDaniels
Oh, I
in
know.
Denver didn't look good. I'm not trying to compare him to the same thing.
McDaniels in Denver also was trying to work with Tim Tebow.
He picked him.
I get that. But I'm saying he is now going to an established quarterback who's been in the league and playing with a lot of talent. When you look at the talent he had when he was in Denver, a lot of that talent was on defense.
Have you seen the coaching tree that's come off of Belichick?
I don't put anything in coaching trees.
Okay.
I mean, because there have been so many guys that have tried to copy Saban, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And then they play him, and they get spanked.
Well, I think Saban, it's a mindset. It's not a
Same thing
so
happens.
much.
But
I mean, X's and O's, yes, but it's just like it's like that one guy said about the Bucks when Tom Brady came into the locker room, everything just changed.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
You should have seen
It's like the man. I mean, the man.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're absolutely right. The mentality just absolutely changed. You could see in the body language of Hall of Famer Mike Evans. When that guy found out he was getting Tom Brady, you couldn't tell him shit.
Yeah, because Tom Brady's also going to hold you accountable. You're talking about a guy who's won 6 fucking championships. It's not like you got some scrub off the street. You got Tom Brady.
And the problem
how
is you'd rather get yelled at by your coach than
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
Speaking of Tom
His
Brady,
reputation preceded him absolutely 100%.
Yeah.
speaking of
So-
Tom Brady, see this hat right here? This
Mm-hmm.
hat right here says Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl champions. You know who we beat in the Super Bowl?
Tell us, was it Tom Brady?
Tom Brady.
That's great.
Oh, I love it. Oh, dude, today's just been a championship day. Don't you love it?
What happened the other 7 times he won?
I don't care.
Oh,
We beat Tom
okay.
Brady.
Okay. So he's been
When
there
it
9
mattered.
times. Been there
When
9
it
times,
mattered.
won 7. He's won when it mattered a lot more than you guys have, but you somehow have this one up because you beat him that game?
I mean, that's all that matters is we beat him.
Wow.
Not a lot of quarterbacks did.
Yeah,
How many
'cause he's
Super
lost
Bowl
3.
championships you guys got?
The single one. Just like this belt right here. Right now, there's only one of these championship belts,
single
and I
one.
got it.
Tom Brady just waves at you with all 5.
Of course. I mean,
Tom
this-
Brady's won Super Bowls with more teams than you guys have been.
Ouch.
yeah, duh.
So
No,
He
it
wa-
would be technically the same because we've been there
technically,
twice.
You've been there twice. Gotcha.
Just saying.
So he's lost more than you've been to.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
One of them just happened to be us.
Gotcha.
That's all that matters.
I love
why
how
do we
you
keep talk-
somehow feel superior hearing these statistics.
Absolutely.
You hear this and somehow
His last
feel
Super
better.
Bowl loss was
Let's-
against the Philadelphia.
Let's stay in Tampa
Okay.
because a guy that I'm not going to be drafting, that is a Buccaneer, is Leonard Fournette.
I sent you that.
Right,
I
Sent me
you
the
that.
rumor, and I was like, "It says rumor. I want to see it." And then NFL.com came out with it, saying that playoff Lenny showed up to camp pulling the Jamarcus Russell, pulling the Eddie Lacy.
What did it say? One donut
He showed
shy?
up one donut away from 260. Bro, he left at 228, and I get it. Camp, you're going to just drop weight like crazy. But you put on that much, it's hard, even at that level, to stay conditioned, right? I mean, wouldn't you imagine?
It depends on how seriously you take things. Tom Brady didn't show up out of shape.
Fuck no.
You know what I mean?
Evans didn't show up out of shape.
Derrick Henry
Devin
didn't show
White
up out
didn't
of
show
shape.
up out of shape.
Yeah. Derrick Henry didn't show up out of shape.
I mean, if you're supposed to be a leader on that team, a lot of guys are looking at you like, what are you doing? And I bet you Brady's going to be like, let's see what other kids we got back in the running back field.
Now, just on a food aspect, take the sports out. I'd rather eat like Leonard Fournette than Tom Brady. What does he eat? Like almonds?
I would
and
rather
honey and stuff.
get paid like Leonard Fournette than eat like Leonard Fournette.
But that's the point. He just got paid. See, Leonard is a great running back, but if you look at Jacksonville, when he was comfortable,
He's an okay.
he didn't perform.
No,
Do you understand what I'm saying?
very true.
Now he's feeling comfortable because he's got a contract. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. He earned the shit out of that contract.
No, I actually agree with everything you're saying.
Right?
He got comfortable.
But
he
he's
got
sleeping
paid.
on that running back that they drafted.
Yes, he is. He could lose a job.
I don't want anybody to lose a job because they're still professional. But I'm just saying
it doesn't matter if he loses
it's
it
a
now.
reality.
He's been paid.
But no,
to quote Michael Clayton, that I already cashed that check.
But if you don't show up and you don't come to camp ready, what do you think is going to happen to you? You know what I'm saying? At the same end of the day, this is a business. So if you got paid, that's great. Put this kid in and bye.
I mean, they got another sleeper pick for a draft. If you're going later rounds in the running back pool,
If you watched his highlights like I did, yeah, he's the bomb. He's really good. He's got good movement. The other guy that I'm excited that's coming back is Jensen. Jensen isn't coming back out of shape. I guarantee you that.
Oh, good old Tom Brady talked him back, huh?
He signed before Brady ever announced he was coming back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to look up his name, that running back you're talking about.
I get him confused with the guy that was.
I'll know it as soon as I
Sucks
see
you guys don't have Gronk, though.
it. It is going to suck that we don't have him. Rashad White out of Arizona State.
I get him confused with
Picked
the guy
91 overall, third round.
I get him confused with Bryce Hall.
I mean, this kid Rashad is going to be the Rojo. I still think Rojo was a better runner than Leonard Fournette. He was not a better overall football player, but a better pure runner. Kansas City is going to be really happy to have him.
I am curious to see what Rojo will look like in an Andy Reid offense.
That surprises me, honestly. I don't think Rojo's a guy that I'm going to target in fantasy, even in the later rounds, because you look at the Andy Reid offense and look at how many screen plays that guy runs. And what was Rojo's Achilles heel? Catching the ball and holding on to the ball. And in Kansas City, their whole entire franchise is on the shoulder pads in number 15. Yeah. And if you do something to take the ball away from him, Andy Reid will not have your ass on the field.
Speaking of number 15, we were talking about AFC West quarterbacks and fantasy values or whatever the hell you want to call it, regular season. I do not think Mahomes is the best quarterback in the AFC West either.
I don't either.
And I think he's going to have a rough year without Tyreek. I think reality might set in for Mahomes. Not saying he's going to have a bad year. I'm just saying like he won't get these monster numbers. Justin Herbert.
He's got really talented guys about him, but even when he had Tyreek, Herbert is the better quarterback.
Forget about a guy by the name of Kelsey.
Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
But Kelsey's open because you need to keep somebody over top to try to contain.
He also got
Tyreek.
Damian Lazard out of
Mecole Hardman.
Mecole Hardman,
who was just like a few steps shorter.
No, they brought in Juju and they brought in
that's
Pringle.
silly. I don't think anybody's as fast as Tyreek, but he is explosive.
But that kid is fast.
He was their kickoff returner. I mean, he's clearly got explosiveness.
That's what I'm saying.
But
fast.
Tyreek is just the levels.
Yeah, there are levels. I'm sure they probably raced and come close.
I don't know. He's been underperforming. I don't know. Everyone's like, oh, Mecole Hardman later in the rounds if you're in a deep league. If you're in a 12-team league, Mecole Hardman in like the rounds like 12 or 11 are going to would be a good pickup, but he never produces.
He's going to be the number one. He's be wide receiver one.
That's because he was sitting behind Tyreek Hill, and then they rarely ran a 3 wide receiver set.
Exactly.
You don't think they're going to use Juju?
They will use Juju, but Mecole will be wide receiver 1.
1 and 2.
2 will be Juju.
Oh, and I forgot they got Juju. Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see a drop-off in Mahomes, and I think we're going to see a very revitalized Juju Smith-Schuster. He's going to be a good possession guy. He's going to be fighting and clawing. He's going to be he's going to be Juju of old. Yeah. He's going to be the guy who's out there fighting to make big plays because A, he's going to want to get paid. B, he's no longer in the Steel City. And Kansas City, I never thought I'd say this, is flashier than another team. They're flashier than Pittsburgh. Yeah. They're flashier than everybody in the AFC North not named the Cincinnati Bengals.
The Mahomes brother and him can make TikToks now.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And that's where he's going to want to be. And Reed is not a guy who's going to be big on what you're doing, like in terms of making TikToks. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's an old school coach. Tomlin's going to be like, cut the shit. We're the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're smash mouth football. Stop acting like an idiot. Reed's going to be like, listen, I told you to run a slant on that, and you were a step off on your breakaway. Go sit on the bench. Reed's not going to sit there and say anything about your TikToks.
He did. He didn't even side with T.O. when he was beefing with McNabb, which, by the way, has come out that McNabb is an asshole, and that breaks my heart. That McNabb was not a cool guy.
Oh, you could tell he wasn't.
Could you?
I kind of
Not really.
I don't know anything
Those
about
Chucky
the guy.
Soup commercials had me sold.
into that.
At least we knew his mom was nice.
So one question about Kansas City. Do you think with the Clyde Edwards-Helaire fumble problems, do you think Rojo has a chance to actually
No.
become the starter?
No, not over Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Even with fumble
Because
problems?
Edwards-Helaire is more elusive. He's got the hands out of the backfield. And like I said, there is not a coach in this league with more screen plays or gimmick plays than Andy Reid. So being able to catch that ball, it's like Belichick with little white receivers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have niches, and one of Andy Reid's is bombing the ball and throwing screens.
Yeah.
Because he wants to have those defensive linemen pinning their ears back and coming after Mahomes as he's bombing it down the field. And then all of a sudden they're pinning their ears back and they've got Edwards-Helaire sitting right behind him with the ball. It's a beautiful strategy. Yeah. So speaking of guys who are going to have a drop-off.
We're talking fantasy numbers?
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers. I don't think we see Aaron Rodgers light it up. Now, he's super, super talented. And the guy, Sky Moore, that they got out of Western Kentucky, I mean, all the people they drafted don't equal one Devontae Adams, in my opinion.
They drafted Watson out of North Dakota State.
And they've also got, did they? Who got Sky Moore?
I think
Devontae Adams.
No.
I think
DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Johnson. They all started rookies, and they all got made by their play. So he got a shot.
I don't disagree. And you know what? Rodgers could make somebody good.
Exactly.
Rodgers can throw you open. Rodgers is a really talented dude. Sky Moore, Western Michigan. Let's see where he was drafted.
Yeah, Green Bay Packers, Christian Watson.
So
they took both.
They took them both.
Jesus. And you think he's going to have a down year?
Yeah. These are rookies, my man.
He's still got Lazard.
He's got to go to Minnesota twice.
That's
Doesn't
not
matter.
saying much. We don't really know what Minnesota's going to look like.
If these rookies come out to play,
It does.
some of them.
I think it matters.
Look at Jamar Chase when he was as a rookie. He lit it up.
I think Aaron Jones
OBJ
was
as
a
a
big
rookie.
key piece to come back for them, too. Aaron Jones is a guy that I will be looking at very early. I think he's going to be one of the top fantasy values this year.
I'm actually more interested in A.J. Dillon later on.
I would handcuff them. If you're looking at Aaron Jones, you had better handcuff to A.J. Dillon.
Wow, is it nobody picking ahead of you? Is you just picking like that would be the greatest opportunity? You know how hard that would be
What?
to handcuff both Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon?
But
You would
most
have
people
to
don't
pick them
up
early.
backup.
That's
I
right.
mean,
That's right.
I do it like in the mid round sometimes, but it depends on who I pick up.
If I've got my main starters, like, listen, I'm picking my starters first.
Yeah.
I'm not handcuffing until I get to a point where my starters are on the board.
Sometimes I may, depending on who the handcuff is.
For sure. Absolutely. That's a valid point. If you can get another starter that's got value, that makes sense. But like me last year, I had Zeke.
Somebody fucking got me on one last year too. 'Cause I
Zeke-
ended up with Chubb, and I really wanted what's your boy's name?
From Kansas City.
Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, and then somebody beat me to it.
Chubb's going to be another early off the board. He's
yeah.
going to be top 5.
I am curious. So we all know like the player, like going NFC North. We all know the players we would pick on the Lions, the Vikings, the Packers, and
Sure.
nobody on the Bears. So it doesn't
Justin
matter.
Jefferson is number 1 target besides Dalvin Cook.
But on the Lions, if you had to pick a fantasy player, no round, just if you were to choose a Lion to pick,
Yeah.
who are you taking?
Amon St. Brown.
Ah, damn it, we're thinking the same.
Yeah, Amon St. Brown is the most explosive guy on that team right now.
I
And
might go with DeAndre Swift.
got another one
that's
with,
another good one.
Got
That's
another,
another
one
great
with,
one.
Got another one with Jared Goff getting ready to roll off the Lions.
T.J. Hawkinson wouldn't be a bad pick too.
Man, he's always disappointed me. Every time I pick Hawkinson, you son of a bitch, you just don't do nothing.
Wow.
If
A
you're
lot of
listening, I'm
animosity towards Hawkinson.
Who do you think fights for the bottom of the barrel in the North?
Detroit.
Is it Chicago or Detroit?
It's Detroit.
Really?
Yeah. You're going to get a full season out of Justin Fields. I think he's got the better running back duo than the Lions do. Yeah, and the Bears have some nasty guys on defense too. I think the Lions and the Bears will be fighting. But on the other end of that spectrum, Minnesota is going to compete with Green Bay.
With the new coaching?
I think they'll split. I think Green Bay might lose one in Minnesota, but Minnesota's not going to win in Green Bay.
With new coaching staff?
Yeah. The talent is there.
Yeah, they got the talent on that.
Look at
Like
Adam
this team.
Thielen, Justin Jefferson. I mean,
Dalvin
you're going to
Cook.
run out of guys to cover.
Offensively, they have the talent. It's defensively, that secondary is suspect.
Patrick Peterson.
I don't. Is
Who's
he
the
there?
other- who's
What
the
is he
other-
going to go out there with a wheelchair and a walker?
Wow. I think he's like 32.
No, he's a lot older than 32.
Pat
Let's
Pete.
take a look.
Pat Pete's about 32.
Let's look at
Pat
Patrick.
P
Might
is
even
older
be
than
31.
32.
No, he's 32 or older. I just remember looking at it the other day. Patrick Peterson, my son, is 32. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get it,
Pat
son.
Pete ain't that old.
32.
I mean, it's old by the means.
Let's
of-
get the walker in the wheelchair out
That's
there.
still
How old
old
are
for
you,
a corner.
Mister? I can't
Oh,
do
no,
10 push-ups.
I can't even go 10 feet without getting
Yeah.
winded.
You couldn't guard a 10-year-old trying to
By
get
the
out
way,
of a
I
playpen.
did the 10 push-ups, man.
No, you
Barely.
didn't.
And
Oh,
didn't.
my goodness.
It never happened.
Unbelievable. You saw it happen.
I saw it attempted.
Yeah.
Sometimes just showing up, everybody gets a participation trophy. Why can't I get one?
Because you have to participate
Oh, you're
in
right.
all
'Cause
10 of the push-ups.
James Harrison was like, I got get me a participation trophy. You're gonna earn that shit.
Let's hear this. Real trophy.
Let's hear you smack somebody else's jewelry.
Real trophy.
You're the essential. You're the equivalent of hold my pocket in prison.
Hold my beer.
Hold my pocket. Hold my pocket.
Now we can do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours.
Suck my dick for breakfast.
So
Tom Segura. Go watch Tom Segura talk about bikes.
Bikes.
Bikes. Anyway, sorry.
So besides Derrick Henry, who are you taking on the Titans? If
Jesus.
you were
Listen, Derrick Henry, is he going to be the number one overall pick this year?
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't see who else is going to really take that crown from him.
there's no.
It's Derrick Henry.
It's top 3.
Yeah.
It's top 3. I don't care about that injury. He looked amazing in the playoff game
Yeah.
after that layoff.
Which he shouldn't have been back for.
No, probably not.
He should not have been back for, but yeah.
I'll be all right.
Who are you taking besides if you were to, like obviously Henry, yes, but who else?
Bro, we don't really have. We traded our best freaking wide receiver away.
So nobody.
So I'm not trusting a Treylon Burks, not early. If I catch him later, maybe. Robert Woods, no.
But Tannehill's the highest paid quarterback in the NFL this year at $38 million.
So was Jay Cutler at one point
He's
in
not
time.
the highest paid quarterback in the league. He's taking the highest cap hit. There are other guys who get
Yes.
paid a lot more than him. He's just getting a good cap year.
$38.7 million hair.
Insane.
That's crazy.
But yeah, let's just go through not just teams, but let's go through divisions here. We've got the Bills in the AFC East, AFC East. Sorry, I don't think anybody's competing with them. A lot of people are loving to put some eyeballs on the Miami Dolphins, and
man,
that's great.
You said you saw Mac cut out the Big Macs from McDonald's, and he says he feels good.
Looks good, man. Feels good, looks good.
You know, New England wasn't off. Miami is like the question with Miami is Tua the guy?
Right.
No, Tua's definitely not the guy. But
So even
Tua get it done,
Tyreek
though?
is saying that Tua is not underthrowing him. He's like, that guy can hit me in stride. He's got the arm.
I feel like mixed signals with Tyreek because then the last week it's like, well, Tua knows that it's put up or shut up this year, blah 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 blah. So I don't know. I get mixed signals.
You know what I've
How's
picked
that a
up from
mixed signal?
Tyreek?
He's just saying.
You know
That's
when
gonna
we
show up.
started hearing a lot out of Tyreek? When his podcast started. We started hearing a lot of hot takes out of him and a lot of shit we've never heard from him. So that's my question. Is he saying that to get likes and downloads on his podcast?
Yeah, gotta have a brand.
Or is he saying that because it's legitimate? Because when he was with Mahomes, you never heard any gripes. You never heard any issues. But as soon as he left, apparently there were long-standing issues that he didn't like things that were happening in Kansas City. So I'm just kind of like, what's the deal here? Is it one or is it the other?
Yeah, I agree. Like he came out and said on a couple shows ago or whatever he said that there was more than just him. Like,
Yeah.
there was actually real problems in the locker room that they were able to get over.
With whom?
Yeah.
Well,
That's the thing.
That's the other thing that makes me think it's all smoke and mirrors is because he's not naming anybody. He's not there. Who's he got to please?
Yeah, that's the thing too.
It's not like Miami's got to go see KC twice a year.
Yeah, if it's you're on the way out, man, throw everybody under the bus.
You sign NDAs.
I mean, you don't have to say a damn thing,
Don't
but
sign NDAs.
They're the do.
not when your contract's up.
His contract
Anyway, hey,
wasn't up.
let's take a quick break, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna finish this up. All right?
All right.
We'll be back in a minute. And we're back. Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm here. The champion's here, just in case people were wondering.
This one here, man, the bottom feeder of the AFC East, that I don't say we see any improvement no matter who they drafted with Garrett Wilson and all that. The Jets are not going to make a difference.
So everyone's asking about Tua in Miami. Do you know what they ask about the Jets?
Zach Wilson, if he's going to sleep with somebody's
Yeah,
mom.
who is the woman that Zach Wilson slept with that is the mom's friend? That's the big question out of Jetsville.
Can I tell you how much I don't care?
Oh, no, I'm just saying, but that's...
Oh, I
ironic,
I
you
know
what
what
I
you're
mean?
right.
Bro, just imagine this. He claps Bomb's cheeks and just goes nuts every game.
Yeah.
Claps Bomb's cheeks, goes nuts. It becomes like a tradition.
And then it gets on ESPN.
He marries her.
By the way,
Has to.
I'm going to bring up something that's just dumb. So his ex-girlfriend thing, she's now dating a former player that played for him, that plays for the Redskins. Is that like a bro code violation or not?
I don't care. It's a gold digger violation.
That depends on who you
Why
ask.
would you want any girl
Right.
that's
First of
bouncing
all,
around?
if I'm that guy in Washington, I'm seeing all this national attention. I'm like, so you just smoked him. What are you going to do to me?
Yeah, exactly.
That's, hey,
No
man,
thanks.
listen, it's not a bro code violation because
Absolutely not.
Zach Wilson is not going to lose a nanosecond of sleep over that.
He's already trying to bang other people's moms. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
worry
people
about
make
it.
such a big deal about it. You guys
Yeah.
moved. It's over. You guys said we're done.
The
What does it
media
matter?
makes shit out of it. That's pretty much it. You know, God, I sound like my father. When I was growing up, we didn't hear about a lot of players' personal lives. They went out there, they
Yeah,
played.
play
That's all
football.
you knew.
Exactly.
Could you imagine
I
back
miss
in the
those days.
70s if we knew about people's personal lives? What
You
would
imagine
happen?
how many players would have been just flamed for drug use?
Oh yeah.
that whole Super Bowl championship winning Dallas Cowboys team?
I was thinking Lawrence Taylor is actually the first guy that came to my mind. It was LT.
Think of like all the Adderall and stuff those purple people eaters were doing in the 70s.
How many painkillers all of them
Yeah.
were on?
Yeah.
I found out after the game my arm had fallen off my body.
Oh,
They had to go in there and reattach it, but I didn't feel it.
I mean, the game
4
has
sacks.
gotten softer compared to then.
It has gotten softer,
Which
and
is good.
brain damage in players has gone down.
Has it though?
Yeah,
yeah,
compared
I'm
to
gonna have
those
to agree
days,
with him.
yeah, it has. Yes, it has. The fact that they're even making an effort is a big thing.
I mean, the last couple of people that have died have had CTE, so you know what I mean. Like, it seems like everybody gets it.
Right, but also it's more prevalent now. So you don't know how many of those older football guys have had that or are still dealing with it.
Yeah, man.
Because they're too busy telling the today's NFL that they're soft.
Yeah.
That they don't want to, they don't want, y'all wouldn't last a day in my league back when I played. You guys are such pussies now. But the whole entire game has changed.
Yes.
Like right now, I'm following Rivals football, and they show these high school kids, and they are out there acting like they are multimillionaires, and some of them are. The kid who's going into Tennessee is already worth $8 million. He's in high school, going to be a freshman at Tennessee,
Get that money, baby.
worth $8 million. That's wild.
I don't
Get
think
that
that's
money.
right, but that's
It is right. He has. Or are you saying you don't think it's right to pay the kids?
Yeah, like he's freaking. I don't know.
The whole, but that's to my whole point, man, is that the whole game has changed. He's out there in warm-ups in pajama bottoms and wearing like just the wildest outfit you can think of. Something that if we saw somebody on our practice squad walking out there like that, be like, "The fuck is wrong with you? You trying to get kicked out?"
I never mess with people's processes, man. Let them wear everything I wear. As long as you show up on game day, do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Sure.
So we talked about the East, AFC East. We talk about the AFC South and how no one cares.
No, we haven't talked about them, but that's a Tennessee's division to win.
Really?
Outside of Indianapolis, yeah.
Everybody's been ranting and raving about Matt Ryan MVP
That's why I
season.
just said they will be contending, but it's Tennessee's to lose.
And you got best running back 1A and 1B right there.
Exactly.
In the league.
Yeah.
In the league. That's not even a discussion. Henry being 1A, Taylor being 1B.
I will take Darius Leonard over the linebacker you guys just signed.
And I'll tell you right now.
Just re-signed, I mean.
Henry's definitely Miles Sanders' daddy, but then
For sure.
Jonathan,
That's not...
whatchamacallit?
It's a
He's
fact,
his
though.
stepdad.
Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor. It's his stepdad.
Let me tell you
let's
something
just
right now.
hold the brakes on Jonathan Taylor. He has one good year. Let's see if he can
Hey,
stack
you know
him.
what? He's put a comma in his thing. Something Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders is only
Let me
200
just say
yards away
this.
from that comma.
Let me say this. If I have the number 1 overall pick, you will see Josh Taylor go off the board.
Jonathan Taylor?
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor, sorry. And that's no disrespect to the king.
Hey, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm in a situation where I would probably do almost the same thing.
But I'll tell you what, neither one of those guys, if it's me, is getting out of pick 1 and 2.
But I'm going to go with Henry because of the history. He's done it time and time. Jonathan Taylor, like he said, has only had one good year. Because that motherfucker burned me his rookie year.
His rookie year.
Jeez
the year he
Louise.
got it together, he takes up.
How many running backs are rookies that come out and bust the noose on somebody?
Adrian Peterson.
Okay. Generational.
Cadillac Williams.
Nick Chubb.
His first year?
Kareem
Yeah.
Hunt.
Yeah. I mean, it happens, but them
Ezekiel
being
Elliott.
sustained is not real big time.
Um,
Zeke came in huge.
Oh, my gosh.
So did Dalvin Cook.
Yep, Dalvin Cook.
Overrated.
You just don't like it because he's got 1,000 yards every year he's been in the league, and you guys can't seem to get a
I
comma.
can't even honestly name a Philadelphia Eagles running back that was really solid.
LeGarrette Blount.
Brian Westbrook. Brian Westbrook is the best running back they've ever had.
Ricky Waters.
Wasn't with the team long enough, in my opinion.
Well, he was there earlier before he was with San
No,
Francisco.
I know, but I'm saying if you're looking at the best running back you guys have ever had, you're either
Shady?
saying Deuce Staley
Shady
I was gonna say
McCoy.
Deuce is
Or-
about the one.
or Brian Westbrook.
Nah,
if
man,
you're not
McCoy's
mentioning,
numbers are amazing.
he's
No, they're
not
not.
better than Westbrook.
McCoy's numbers are great.
No, they're not.
Okay, he's not better than Westbrook. And Miles Sanders is not as good as either one of them.
Okay, well, let's see what happens. Miles got to put up or shut up.
Oh, now it's a let's see what happens.
I want to go
Got
back
it.
to Indianapolis. If I'm in a super flex league where I
Sure.
can start 2 quarterbacks, and I can get a late round handcuff, Matt Ryan and Michael Pittman Jr. That's all I'm saying. I mean, that if it works, that's your big go big or go home.
Micah Pittman is definitely good. Is Ty still on the team?
I think so.
I mean, if he's healthy, which he's been having issues, he's been breaking down.
Yeah.
And
But
they said that
Texans are not doing anything. They're not gonna. They don't have enough on the squad to help them out. We talked about the AFC West. Let's talk about you boys. Let's talk about the NFC East. Right now, far and away, the best team in the East is your
the
Philadelphia
Philadelphia
Eagles.
Eagles. Thank you. Another championship run. Thank you very much.
They're gonna have a playoff run for sure.
Championship
Oh yeah. And
run.
out of 9 years, Westbrook only broke 1,000 twice.
Look at his receiving yards.
Yeah, he's a total package.
Look at his receiving yards.
The guy played the screen game better than any other running back that I've ever seen, and I'm
And
not
his
being biased.
yards from scrimmage were great.
He was punt returning too.
I understand what you're saying with the benchmark years of or the benchmark numbers of getting 1,000. Westbrook's not your guy. All purpose, moving the ball. Westbrook is your man.
See, when I think of a running back, I think of the boy who actually totes the rock.
Right.
I'm not thinking about the guy who catches this or does whatever.
Well, we all can't have the Incredible Hulk running in his backfield.
And let's think about who Brian Westbrook's coach was. Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Screen game.
In all them screen games, Brian Westbrook just fell into a perfect situation. So I think second place in this league is going to be really highly contested between the Commanders and the Cowboys.
Who? You talking about the Groundhogs?
The Gophers.
The Groundhogs.
The Washington Gophers.
I thought it was the Washington Ronald McDonald's.
I
the
need
Groundhogs.
just a custom Washington Gophers hat.
Yeah, but they're the Groundhogs.
Do you know? Okay, I think that either way, the Cowboys and the Eagles are fighting for the division. Okay,
Yeah.
because I'm too many questions on the Commanders, plus all that backroom stuff with Snyder. It's no
They get
good.
Chase Young back this year.
But I'm curious to see the Giants. I'm very curious to see the Giants with that draft they had with Thibodeau, with that defense getting better. They gave Danny Jones is back with a real coach, an offensive mind who just Brian Dable did something with Josh Allen that is working. So I'm curious if he's able to do it with Danny Dimes,
Danny
even
Dimes.
in a small iota. I don't think they win, but
I
I'm
don't
just
think
curious.
Danny has the competitiveness that Josh Allen has. I don't think he has the athleticism. He damn sure doesn't have the arm.
It's funny because every time I hear Danny Jones, the only thing I can think of is the 88-yard fall on your face. That's literally every single time.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
bro, that was a lit play, and then he just fell. Come on.
Do you buy this camp talk about Hurts going 7-on-7 drills and like getting like 4 interceptions, 11 drop passes, or whatever the hell that was?
Because players in that camp have already come out and disputed that.
And then AJ Brown's like, oh, and then like he made
That AJ Brown, he's the guy who came out and was like, yo, don't believe what these people in the media are telling you. It ain't true.
right. But yeah, the Eagles going to win that division. We talked about did we talk about who's going to win the North?
The NFC North,
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to Green Bay, but they're going to have to edge out Minnesota.
I'm going with those Vikings.
Yeah, man. Dalvin Cook, Madison.
Weren't you the one just talking shit about the Vikings?
But I just don't trust the defense. That's it.
Good old Kirk Cousins, baby.
But then
All he has to do is not fuck up. He's got 2 of the best wide receivers in the league
and a really good tight end in Irv
and
Smith.
an excellent running back.
2 of them.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus. Talk to me halfway through the season, but last year I rode the Vikings coattails in our picks, and it went well for me. Who won in the picks, by the way?
I'm pretty sure that was me.
Yeah,
I think it was him.
I
we
think
never
you
did do the
beat me
numbers,
by
I
1 or
never
2.
found out.
I think you beat me by 1 or 2.
We never did find out, and I wanted to know.
Somebody's
I'll
going to
have
go
to break
back
it
and
down.
check
You
the whole
won.
catalog.
It's very I can't. I think what was happening is when I was making the spreadsheets, I kept using the same template, but I kept
Yeah, the template he was using was marijuana. That's why our numbers aren't accurate.
okay, whatever.
So let's head to the NFC South. There is really
You know,
one quarterback that you can talk about, but Jay Boo wins. I want to see a full season from him. He could actually have a damn good year.
I'm sorry. I agree. I think the Saints are not a team to be slept on. I think the Kamara suspension will hurt them though.
Oh, big
Yeah,
time.
that's
You
gonna
know,
kill him.
that's going to kill him.
Big time.
But if Ingram
How
can
many
tote
games
the
did he end up
rock,
getting?
was it
He
6?
can't. He can't. I love him. Mark Ingram is my little son, but he is not going to be a feature, carry the ball 30 downs a game back at this age. Coming out, the Heisman Trophy winning Mark Ingram, you got it. He's about that action, boss. This stage of his career, he can't do it.
But not even just for the he doesn't even need to carry it for that long. If they go 3-3,
How long is Kamara out?
I think it's 6
games?
weeks. 6 games, yeah.
Come on.
They gave him 6 games. For
I
punching
think
the
so.
man
It's
in
either
the
4 or
face.
6. I'm not sure.
I should be like, man, 6 games. Boy, we
The
got
Falcons
heads.
are continuing to be abysmal. I love that. I couldn't be any happier. Who's our boy that was listening that was a big Carolina fan? I hope you're happy with Baker Mayfield. And by the way, we always like to rib on Jameis Winston for all his picks. The only person who has thrown as many or gotten close, Baker Mayfield. And I would shudder to think that Carolina has a better line than Cleveland.
Yeah.
I think Cleveland could protect him better. Does he have better weapons? He has DJ Moore, but he doesn't have Jarvis Landry, OBJ, David Njoku, Nick Chubb. He is less of a weapon.
Hunt.
And now we've got DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, and Christian McCaffrey.
Oh,
Christian McCaffrey, who has been
Glass boy.
well, that's what I was going to say is I loved Christian McCaffrey. His 1 year he was really good. I got him in fantasy, but this year I'm gun shy. Now, if I get to pick 5 or 6 and Christian's still there, okay, I'll take him.
Nah, I still ain't picking Christian.
4 or
Christian
5
McCaffrey.
maybe.
I'm just saying.
I'm not. I'll go anywhere else but Christian.
He has a
McCaffrey.
quarterback now that can get him the ball. It's not going to be just about him. It's all on Baker. Baker, it's you said that Cleveland was the problem. You said Stefanski. Let's go. You got your team. You got your new guy.
Yeah.
Make it a break. That's
so I don't want to sound any sort of way, but do we have anybody but the Bucks winning this division?
If the Saints can weather
It's a yes or no.
If the Saints can weather the storm without Kemera,
What storm?
Man, I said it last year.
and
but he tore
JMO
his-
comes and Olave balls with Michael Thomas, they could be a force.
He tore his ACL. I'm gonna say it again, man. James going ham.
Oh, so you guys both
the
are
Saints.
picking the Saints to win the division
Yep, let's go.
over Tommy
no Gronk.
and the Buccaneers.
No Gronk. Leonard Fournette doesn't even know what a
You guys-
football looks like anymore.
You
He
guys
just sees
forgot.
donuts.
You guys forgot how good Cameron Brate was before Gronk came along.
I don't care. You can't take Cameron Brate and Gronk in the same sentence and think the two are close to the same.
They're not the same.
I agree
One of
with,
them- one
I
of them
agree
is a
with
fir-
my man over here. High five.
One
right
of them's
now.
a Hall of Famer for sure.
Yeah.
But Cameron Brate carried the team when there was nobody there.
Fair. But now you got a lot of mouths to feed, so
We
Yeah.
do. We have a lot of mouths to feed and somebody capable of doing that.
Who's going to play the edge for the Bucks defense?
What do you mean?
Who's going to be what's that defensive line going to look like this year?
Shaq Barrett,
Okay.
Joe Tryon, Shoyinka.
I'm talking about like the D line, the down three.
You know we play a 3-4, right?
Right.
So you wanted the edge. I gave you the edge.
I mean, I meant on the defensive line. I'm sorry. 'Cause I'm
So
not used
we've
to
got Will Golston, who came
Vita
back.
Vea.
Vita Vea,
Right,
who's
defensive
arguably one of the
tackle.
strongest defensive tackles in the game.
110%.
If not the strongest, Aaron Donald being the best overall and the best defensive lineman, defensive player in the league. Not trying to shine on Aaron Donald. That dude's amazing, one of one. But Vita Vea
is a run stuffer.
is damn sure there. And on the other side of the ball was JPP, but that's outside linebacker. When you're talking about another end, an inside guy would be Akeem Nunez-Roches.
and Alan Hicks or whatever. I don't know. That's
Akeem Hicks, I completely forgot. Oh my word. That's beefy.
That's beefy. Like you're like basically the D line for the Bucks is like stuff the run and we'll take care of the rest.
Then we have the best linebacking core in the league right behind him.
No argument. Well, maybe.
Levante David and Devin White. Who are you going to give me that's better as a duo?
I don't know. We got N'Kobe Dean coming into the league this year, and
fuck's sake.
you know,
For fuck's sake,
he
shut your
whooped
mouth.
he whooped that Bama defense. He did his job in the national.
Here's
championship.
another way. Sure.
We'll see, and they'll forget Davis in that line.
Okay.
We got half of the best players of that Georgia defense on our team. I'm so excited. I'm sorry. Continue.
I can tell. I can really tell. So that being said, I've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning, but apparently I'm the only one. No, I'm not. If Clay was here, I'm sure he'd pick the Bucks as well.
I don't know. It depends. Dennis Allen needs to prove
Look.
it too, but
I'm gonna be honest with you. Yes, the Bucks are more than likely. If I was putting money on it, yes, I'm taking the Bucks.
agreed.
Vegas
But-
has the Bucks and the Bills going to the Super Bowl.
Mm.
But
They do. I'm not arguing. I'm saying Vegas said that, not me.
what I'm gonna do is, like I said last year, is I hope my boy Jameis balls the fuck out. And you know what I mean? That's what we get.
I can't argue. I like seeing Bama boys do well.
I understand Buffalo and the Bucks, right?
Not that J-Boo is a, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
You're a
you're
Florida State guy.
Yeah.
But they're writing off that whole AFC West as to beating Buffalo, and I just
Losing to Buffalo.
no, right. They're writing off that whole AFC West. They're like, nah, they don't have a chance.
I still think Buffalo is still missing some of the pieces that they really need.
A running back.
and an even more solid defense.
A defense that's not like a defensive line, pass rushers.
The problem isn't the defense.
Because
The
their
defense
secondary is
there
stout.
in Buffalo. The defense is there. The problem is the offenses in the AFC are just that much better.
Yeah, they're starting to get there, and that's
And O-line, are they going to be able to protect Josh? Josh Allen had one of the best years running and throwing the ball. If he keeps doing that,
He's
he
incredible.
might get decapitated.
Or, I mean, he may
just
go
keep
off.
Right, but you're risking the
Because he
best
doesn't
player on your team.
He doesn't run stupid though. He doesn't run and try to break tackles. He runs and he gets down. He takes good opportunities and runs with them.
And let's
Go ahead.
forget that Josh Allen is a big boy.
Yeah.
He is not a little dude.
He's like Ben Roethlisberger.
Exactly.
He's not as big, but he's about
yeah.
there.
So I mean, I've never seen him do anything dumb and just like
Why risk
You know,
it when you paid
Superman-
him all that money?
because sometimes that's the thing is sometimes you got to play football, bro.
Yeah.
Like you just can't. I'm not gonna run this ball and get a first down.
And to say that the Rams are getting written off already out of the NFC West.
I'm not writing them off.
No.
way.
Oh, the Bucks are going to win just because they have Tom Brady. Let's chill. That's basically why they're picking the Bucks to win.
Go talk to Vegas and yell at them.
I'm just saying. All these insiders are saying
The Achilles heel for the Bucks has been the Rams. The Rams have had our number.
I'm thinking, has there ever been in recent times since Mr. Brady's been going there? Has there ever been a Super Bowl he didn't win at least one after going back to back?
No. Jesus, he's been how many times now? If he goes this year, it'll be his 10th Super Bowl.
Yeah. No, it's got to be more than that.
No, it's 10. He's won 7. He's lost 3. Has he lost 3?
Yeah,
He lost to the
Eli.
Giants
2 to
twice
Eli.
and once to the
Yeah.
Eagles. So this will be his 11th Super Bowl.
I want to say something like his percentage going to the Super Bowl is like better than Stephen Curry making a 3-point shot, which is absolutely an insane fucking statistic.
It is. And it's going to take a lot of people on the team to step up. It's going to take Byron Leftwich and Todd Bowles picking up where Arians left off and filling the hole that Gronk left, for sure. I'm not saying that Gronk is replaceable, but I'm saying we do have serviceable
I'm going to be
guys.
honest. It's not Gronk of old. I mean, it wasn't like
Right.
We got retired. I'm just here so I can do funny commercials with my football pants.
Yep.
And Tide Pods, Gronk. So, I mean, Cameron Brate could do that.
Exactly.
You know, I'm a little excited to see who you guys let go. See what he does is OJ Howard.
Yeah, me
I
too.
want to see if he actually shows up.
Where did he go?
Does it matter?
I think he went to Washington.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's take a look.
So we talked NFL this week, but next week I want to talk SEC football because some of this stuff that's going down with what Lane said and all these rankings and these preseason rankings.
Let me just touch on that real quick, and I'm not gonna say too much, but wasn't Lane Kiffin the one who came out when all this was happening and saying, "Look, he went to the Bills." He was out there saying,
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, I was going to say he went to
So the
contender.
Bills still don't have a tight end.
he went out there saying, we're going to not be worrying about the recruiting classes anymore. We're going to try to play the transfer portal. We're going to try to play the NIL deals.
Amen.
And now that the NIL deals in the transfer portal isn't going the way that he wanted, now he's got a major problem.
Well, we
This is the equivalent of his get your popcorn ready when he's coming in to see Alabama and then he gets his ass whooped. So he's like, we're going to hit the transfer portal. We're going to get the NIL deals. And all those Ole Miss boosters got real quiet when it came time to compete with the big boys like the Texas and the Alabamas of the world, the Ohio States. You can't hold up now? Now it's a problem? I recall a lot of serious legend head coaches saying NIL is a problem. Do not do it. Do not start paying these kids crazy money. Don't let them keep a year of eligibility and just transfer. You're going to have problems. And now guys like Lane have problems, and now that he's suffering from it, it's an issue.
What did he think was going to happen when these multi-billionaire boosters for these schools were like, what? Texas outbid me?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, Texas. I have more
Exactly.
money than you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely right.
Especially when it doesn't even have to be boosters. It can be brands. Look at the guy that signed with Jackson State. Mm-hmm. Didn't he get paid by Nike
The number one cornerback.
Barstool or whatever?
The number one cornerback in the recruiting class went to Jackson State to play with Dion.
$1 million. Done. I'll go play at Jackson State 1 year. He can then transfer to wherever he wants.
Yep.
He can go back to Florida State with the year of what'd you call...
He was going to Florida State for Prime, and then
Yes.
Prime called, and he went to go play with him. I don't know.
Isn't that like the best move for him? He gets to get his bones, and then he gets thrown into the deep end in a real college setting. I mean, not that Jackson State is in a college setting. I'm
If
talking
he's
about
the
top flight
D1
football.
if he's the D1 number one overall corner, nobody in AA should be giving him issues.
Yeah.
Even as a rook, even as a freshman. He should be coming in there because he was looking at D1 programs to show up as the number one corner and start.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure one of the things that Dion said was, look, I will get you ready. And that's why he went.
I
And
don't.
$1 million from Barstool.
And then if the kid was smart, like, yeah, you can cover, but Dion, you can't tackle.
Whoa. The only time he ever started tackling was in his Baltimore days when he had to. See you next week, guys.